Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight. The Congress's Chief Minister challenge. DKS refuses summons to go to Delhi, speaks exclusively to NDTV. This as Siddaramaiah is the front runner, but DKS is not on board yet. Karnataka observers are currently meeting the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. Sonia Kharge and Rahul Gandhi will decide the next Chief Minister after the report. Siddaramaiah will meet Kharge after this meeting this evening. The BJP shifts its big focus to 9-year celebrations of the Modi government. The Prime Minister will launch the one-month campaign from the 30th of May. Karnataka over, however, now the focus is on learning those lessons for the other states in 2023 and the 2024 general election. Wholesale price inflation turns negative for April. The wholesale price inflation is negative for the first time since July 2020, the biggest drop coming in fuel and power inflation. 14 people are now dead in Tamil Nadu after drinking toxic liquor. The Chief Minister says industrial methanol is being mixed in the spurious alcohol by bootleggers in 2 villages. Stories of grief and devastation. A $500 million Foxconn factory in Telangana in 9 months. The groundbreaking ceremony held near Hyderabad today. KTR promises the factory will be ready in the next 9 months. He says 2,500 jobs in the first phase. A 25 crore extortion bid for Shah Rukh's son's freedom. A CBI FIR details the charges against drugs official Sameer Wankade. Aryan Khan was framed for a bribe demand, says the CBI FIR. In Turkey, there will be a runoff for the presidential election after neither side has over 50% of the vote. Our lead story tonight is the big NDTV exclusive as the Congress faces a challenge in choosing the next Chief Minister of Karnataka, because apparently a majority of MLAs have said that they favour Siddaramaiah, but DKS, the Karnataka state chief, shows no signs of backing down, changing his mind on coming to Delhi on a high command summons at the last moment after meeting a powerful Lingayat seer. Remember, it's also DKS's birthday today, and it seems clear from this interview he's given to NDTV that he's not willing to let the big birthday prize go just yet. Here's his interview with Sunil Prabhu.
You are asking about what you asked me?
Birthday gift from the Congress High Command.
That is not in my hand. Earlier gift was making me a president. My assurance to them was that we will deliver Karnataka. The same word I used. This is a photograph of Srimati Sonia Gandhi telling me that DK, I have confidence in you. You have to deliver Karnataka. That is why I kept this photograph. This word when she spoke, but more than 7-8 parliament members were there. This is Udaipur. This photo is not today, or that Hanuman or Bajrangi is not today. And my other Guruji behind me is also not today, whom I believe. So my belief, my gift, I don't need. We have made a one-line resolution in midnight, and we have left to the High Command.
There's been a secret ballot, and Mr. Siddaramaiah says that he's got the majority. How do you respond to that?
I wish him all the best. Good luck. I don't know what the secrecy is. I don't know. I'm sitting at Bangalore, doing my regular home birthday responsibilities, meeting people. I have been called to Delhi, but some small offers what I had to. See, we should have a basic courtesy that who has helped us, gratitude in life. I believe who had helped me to get this number, the courage, the strength, all I have got some Almighty. I had to go today, offer my prayers, and I have come back. He has guided me, some more responsibility, so I have to first finish that job. Then I will proceed.
So you are not going back to Delhi today. You will go for you will fulfill his wishes and then go.
First is that responsibility. I have to do it.
Okay. In terms of
and I have to finish my checkup. Okay. Some stomach infection has happened. My stomach is burning, and I am getting this.
I've been seeing this drip right through.
Doctors are coming now. I think they will have to recheck. My family is shouting at me. What to do?
So the real issue will be that they will be seen that Mr. Shivakumar is not coming to listen to the Congress High Command. They will try to perceive it as a rebellion. You have of course said it's not. There are health grounds and other things. Is this a show of strength that people will say?
Why I should be a rebellion? I don't rebel or I don't do blackmail. That is not in my culture. I don't rebel. Why are you putting something into my mouth? For the respect of NDTV, I am just speaking to you. I have not spoken to any.
No. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that it will be perceived in how.
Let anyone perceive anything. Let you perceive anything. Let anyone perceive anything. I have my own presence of mind. I have my own experience. I am not a child. I have my own responsibility. I will not fall to a trap. You don't worry. Or anyone's trap.
Absolutely.
I have my own commitment, own vision, own loyalty, and I'll exhibit it.
Let anyone perceive anything. I'm not a rebel. I'm not a child. DK is there, but sending out a very clear message to the High Command, deciding not to come to Delhi after his meeting with that Lingayat seer. And he said, of course, he has a stomach infection. But Ankit, this really is a tough challenge for the Congress High Command, because of course now you've got also Sonia Gandhi, Kharge and Rahul Gandhi to decide about who to go with. What are the various formulas being discussed? Because as we can see, they can't afford to anger either one.
We'll just very quickly go through the formula, Sonia, that at least people are talking about on what could be that winning formula, that the Congress doesn't burn its hand again like they did in Madhya Pradesh or in Rajasthan, the rebellion there as well by Sachin Pilot. Formula number one that sources are telling us: one chief minister, one deputy chief minister. So Mr. DK Shivakumar has been offered that he will become the only deputy chief minister with two strong portfolios and at least 2 to 3 more ministers of his choosing as far as the new cabinet is concerned. Siddaramaiah then of course becomes the chief minister. He also get 3 to 4 ministers of his choice in this. Formula number 2 that is being spoken about, 50-50 power formula. This is something that the Congress would be very, very wary of. They tried this. These were the murmurs in Chhattisgarh, also in Rajasthan. Power sharing arrangement between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, both chief ministers, 2.5 terms each. The question then will be who will go first. For that, a lot of caste combinations and who can lead the party in 2024 will be important. Formula number 3 that people are talking about, the Congress sources are telling us also, is Siddaramaiah and Kurba Gowda becomes the chief minister. DK Shivakumar, a Vokalika, becomes the deputy chief minister. Shivakumar to share the 5-year tenure with 2 others as well. And the second deputy chief minister could also be Lingayat, a third deputy chief minister from the minority community. Remember, DK Shivakumar has very, very clearly said, at least at this moment, he is not going to give up the very important PCC chief post as well.
Right, Ankit. So let's see now what actually is going to happen next. Some reports that now there'll be phone calls made this night to DK Shivakumar, because remember, he's left that open saying, I'm loyal, I'm not a rebel, I will do what the High Command tells me, citing Sonia Gandhi again and again and his promise to her. But meanwhile, let's go across to Akhilesh, because Akhilesh, while the Congress is looking, at least they have the happy problem of choosing who to be chief minister. For the BJP, it's a very different issue, because while they've got a big celebration coming of 9 years of the Modi government, they also have to take the lessons from Karnataka and make sure that they apply those to the other key state elections coming up in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan.
That's right, Sonia. In fact, BJP has learned many lessons from Karnataka's defeat. We have been told by the sources that one of the biggest mistakes, it seems, was to ask Mr. Yediyurappa to resign from the Chief Minister's post and also denying tickets to Mr. Lakshman Saudi and Jagdish Shettar, and thus, annoying the Lingayat community, which actually, defected from the BJP towards the Congress party. So this is one of the biggest lessons the party has learned from Karnataka's defeat, and also to give importance to the regional leaders. So this formula is now going to be applied in all the 4 assembly elections which are due this year in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Telangana. And BJP has decided that all the leaders will be given prominence in these states, and also the caste factors will be taken into account. So BJP will not compromise on any of these issues that has been decided. Also to take feedback from the ground level workers, and that feedback will be used in deciding the issues, the promises in the manifesto, and also about the strategy. So all these lessons have been learned by the BJP. In the meanwhile, the party is going to launch a mega campaign to celebrate 9 years of Modi government. The campaign will be launched by the Prime Minister himself on May 30th, when he's going to address a big public meeting in one of the election-bound states, and also on 31st May. And apart from that, the BJP is going to have major public meetings in 396 Lok Sabha constituencies, and also 51 big rallies by other senior leaders. So this is a big campaign which has been devised by the BJP.
Right. So all focus now on those big state elections and 2024. Thanks so much, Akhilesh, for joining us. But let's go across to what's the other big headline. And this is good news for the economy and the government, as wholesale inflation has turned negative for April, the first time since July 2020. Well, Priyanshi's out actually decoding what that means. Priyanshi. So, as we've seen there, is also because of the base effect that prices have fallen compared to a record high inflation last year. So, the wholesale price inflation they're turning negative. Also, the wholesale inflation was down this year negative compared to a record 15% inflation last April. Prices have fallen compared to that record inflation because of the Ukraine war last year. So, that situation stabilizing, especially global fuel prices, and the biggest drop in India coming in fuel and power wholesale inflation. Priyanshi, let's go across to you for more on decoding those numbers.
Well, Sonia, let's first tell you the numbers, but we're coming to you from a petrol station here in the National Capital Region that will really explain how the wholesale price inflation fall is not impacting customers. First, if we talk about the numbers, wholesale price inflation has turned negative for the first time since July 2020. That means that wholesale prices have actually fallen in the month of April compared to April last year. The wholesale price inflation for April is at minus 0.92% compared to 1.34% in the month of March. Now, let's first understand why has this really happened. You have to understand first that this price rise is in comparison with a record price increase last year. So the prices of April are being compared to record high prices in the month of April last year. Last year prices were increasing and they touched a record high. Wholesale price inflation touched a record high of 15% in the month of April last year because of the war that led to a rise in fuel prices. And now we are seeing that when we compare these prices in the month of April 2023 to the record high prices in April 2022, that's why we are seeing a fall in the prices, because they are compared to record high prices and not normal prices. And now let's come to what has contributed to the fall in prices. Last year, after war, the Brent crude prices were around $130 per barrel. Now they have come down to around $70 per barrel. So that's a fall of almost 40%. Because of that, fuel price wholesale inflation has fallen from 9% in the month of March last year to now 0.9%. So that is the category with the highest fall in inflation. But as you can see, there's no impact on consumers. Petrol prices still at 96 rupees per litre. The same since May last year, because retailers are not passing on this relief to consumers. So the fall in wholesale prices is only reducing their input prices and increasing their profit margins. So now there's increased pressure for them to cut fuel prices to bring some relief to consumers.
Right. So we hope we see that negative wholesale price inflation translate to retail. Thanks so much for that. Meanwhile, good news on foreign investment coming from Telangana, where Taiwanese multinational electronics giant Foxconn has had its groundbreaking ceremony for its first manufacturing facility near Hyderabad in Telangana, with an investment of $500 million.
Groundbreaking ceremony for Taiwanese multinational electronics giant Foxconn's new manufacturing facility in Telangana's Kongarakalan on the outskirts of Hyderabad. An investment of $500 million that is expected to create 25,000 jobs in the first phase.
For our new facility, which will serve as a hub for our manufacturing expansion plans. This new facility requires a significant investment in FIT's future.
From letter of intent to groundbreaking took less than 3 months, and Telangana's IT Minister KT Ramarao said the state hopes to lead the way by becoming India's electronics manufacturing powerhouse.
We will ensure that your dream of making this happen in the next 9 months, 9 to 12 months, we will ensure from our side unstinted support.
Foxconn is the biggest maker of iPhones, and pre-pandemic most of its manufacturing was out of China. In March, Foxconn signed a $968 million MOU with Karnataka and even bought 300 acres near Bengaluru airport earlier this month. In Hyderabad, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
A tragic story we're reporting on today is the death of 14 people in Tamil Nadu's spurious liquor tragedy, where Chief Minister Stalin today said that industrial methanol, which is deadly, is being used by bootleggers to mix in this illicit liquor, which is much cheaper than normal liquor. 14 people are now dead, and in 2 villages, there's a pall of grief.
A pall of gloom in Viluppuram and Chengalpattu districts of Tamil Nadu. 14 people have died after consuming spurious liquor over the weekend. Many were fishermen. Tamil Chelvi has lost her husband Shankar. 51 people are being treated in hospitals. Chief Minister MK Stalin has blamed it on the use of the killer industrial methanol by bootleggers.
இந்த சம்பவம் தொடர்பான முதற்கட்ட விசாரணையில் கள்ளச்சாராயம் விற்ற குற்றவாளிகள் மெத்தனால் எரிசாராயத்தை பயன்படுத்தியதால் இந்த துயரச் சம்பவம் ஏற்பட்டுள்ளது என தெரிய வந்துள்ளது. இதில் ஈடுபட்டவர்கள் காவல்துறையினரால் நடவடிக்கையால் உடனடியாக கைதும் செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கிறார்கள்.
Heads have started rolling. The Tamil Nadu government has transferred 10 police officials, including the SP of Viluppuram district and 2 DSPs in charge of prohibition enforcement. The Chengalpattu SP has been transferred and the investigation shifted to the crime branch CID. Tamil Nadu State BJP Chief Annamalai and Leader of Opposition Edappadi Palaniswamy have slammed the ruling DMK, calling it incompetent.
In the last 1 year in Tamil Nadu, 5 lakh people have died due to liquor supplied by the government. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about 16 people died because of spurious liquor.
In a crackdown post the tragedy, more than 400 suspected bootleggers have been arrested. Last year alone, the state government earned 44,000 crore rupees from sale of liquor. Though the ruling party promised phased prohibition, recently the DMK government was criticized for launching automatic liquor vending machines in shops and for permitting alcohol at international events, which the court has stayed. For years, successive state governments have argued prohibition would open floodgates of illicit liquor. Yet the present tragedy, seen as a failure by enforcement agencies, has mounted more pressure on the ruling DMK to expedite gradual closure of liquor shops. In Chennai, Sam Daniel for NDTV.
A tragedy all too common in states across India. Well, the other big headline, the CBI today in an FIR made it clear that what Shah Rukh Khan and his supporters had been saying, that his son Aryan Khan was framed in a fake narcotics case unless he paid a bribe of 25 crores. That was the extortion demand made by former zonal director of the Narcotics Control Bureau, Sameer Wankade, to Shah Rukh Khan and his family for his son's freedom.
Ex-narcotics officer Sameer Wankade tried to extort a massive 25 crore rupees from the family of Aryan Khan by threatening to frame him in offences of possession of narcotic substances, the CBI FIR against Wankade has revealed.
The FIR says that 25 crore rupees was asked from the family members of Aryan Khan, and later the amount was settled to 18 crore rupees, and 50 lakh rupees was also taken as a token by KP Gosavi, a private investigator and also a witness in this case. Later, out of that 50 lakh rupees, some amount was returned back by them.
The CBI FIR has flagged Wankhede's foreign trips and sale and purchase of expensive wristwatches. The FIR names 4 accused other than Mr. Wankhede, including 2 other senior narcotics officers. KP Gosavi, also named in the FIR, is the witness in the drugs on cruise case, whose selfie with Aryan Khan following his arrest had gone viral.
As per the FIR, inquiries into the allegations against Samir Wankhede and Ashish Ranjan, the then intelligence officer with the NCB, they could not justify their assets as per their declared income. The FIR also talks about the foreign trips of Samir Wankhede, how he could not explain these foreign trips, and at the same time he had misdeclared the expenses of these foreign trips.
Wankhede was transferred to the Directorate General of Taxpayer Services in Chennai last year. Following the recent CBI raids at his home, he said he was being punished for being a patriot. With Sohit Mishra, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Well, a quick look at international news. Voter support for Turkish President Erdogan has dipped below the majority required to win a re-election. So there will now be a presidential election runoff, likely to be 28th May. Erdogan did better than expected, but still below the 50% mark.